You know that hamsters hibernate?
Really?
I heard that today on a podcast. Let me see if that's true. I saw that apparently people think they're dead sometimes in their cages, but they'll be like stiff and cold, but they'll be actually hibernating and they're not dead. Isn't that
Oh
insane?
my god, people probably think they're dead and they're throwing them away.
They flush them down toilets.
But they're just hibernating?
You know how many hamsters probably went down the drain?
Oh no.
Like literally
I don't
down the
think you
drain?
could flush a hamster.
Some species of hamsters, like the European hamster, are true hibernators and sleep for long periods during the winter. So people come home with their hamsters in the winter. They see Fluffy laying there, and they go, "You're dead," and they bury him. And the hamster dies. Isn't that crazy?
Oh no.
That's crazy, right?
It's horrible.
You learn something new every freaking
Every
day.
day.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, though. I have a very serious question for you. We were talking about fetishes yesterday, right?
Okay.
What would you do if you were with a guy and he said, "Listen, this is what I want you to do for me. I need you to pretend to be a dead body. I want to make you up like a dead body. You can't move. And I even want to like kind of give you like a smell. Like he puts like a perfume on you. Kind of like a perfume that a dead person might have in the coffin. And then he puts like dirt on the bed. But don't worry, there's like a plastic, because I know that'd be crazy. There's like a plastic on the bed. And he puts dirt on the bed and like little things.
On top of the plastic?
Yeah, on top of the plastic. And then he says,
There's
"Listen,
dirt.
you got there's dirt on there to make it realistic." And then he says, "You need to lay there and you can't move. You need to act dead." Would you do it?
I think I can very easily say no, I wouldn't do it. I think that would be, I can't even see the other side of that. Like, okay, you want me to pretend to be dead?
Yeah.
And
Wouldn't
then
that
he's
be
going to put a
insane?
perfume on me?
Yeah, because he wants the whole
It's only a matter
experience.
of time until this person is like having sex with a corpse. It's only a matter of time.
That's what I was thinking. I've
Yeah.
never heard of this, but it came to my mind when I was thinking of fetishes. I was like, I wonder. I mean, there's people that obviously have necrophilia, but I wonder if
Oh,
there's
for
some
sure.
people that go in order to tame this. Would they do something like that? I bet it's happened though.
Oh,
I have
I'm
to
sure.
look it up and see if people do that. I was reading a Reddit post of somebody who was like worried that they were a necrophiliac because they were like, every time I look at a zombie, I get hard, and I was like, that's kind of interesting. You think they are? It depends.
I guess it depends.
It depends if the zombie's hot all the time. I don't know if I've ever seen a hot zombie.
I can't say that I have either.
Let me tell
I'm
you,
trying to
though,
really
I
think.
would do it one time. I would do it, but I would have to have sex with the person before. It wouldn't be the first time. I would have to know them. I would have to
But
have
you
had-
want them to pretend to be a dead body?
No, I would be the dead one. I would not want to. No, I would not want to fuck somebody, and they're pretending.
You
want to
pretend to be the dead
No,
body?
not that I want to pretend. I'm saying if somebody were to approach me with that, I would only do it one time to say that I did it and to like experience like what that would even be like. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how would that play out?
Huh.
But I wouldn't
Very
do it again
interesting.
because
Okay, just the once.
because I think the same, and I would never want to even. I would never date that person, by the way, because I would feel like the
Okay.
same thing you're thinking. Like, this person is definitely
This
gonna
is
fuck
like
a
a
dead
strange
body.
encounters kind of thing.
Or maybe like I know this person for a while, and they go, "Hey, we have the personality people can confide in us," and they go, "Hey, we fucked before. You're into this creepy macabre stuff. I want to run this by you." I would go, "Okay, you freak, let's do it," and then I would probably not do it again though, and I would never.
So-
I wouldn't be dating them though.
I wonder if like the male psyche that wanting to do this is different than like a female.
Is there a lot of female necrophiliacs though?
Yeah.
So I can imagine that. What do you mean if they're different? Aren't they just basically the same? They just want to fuck a
So
dead
it's
body.
like, I'm more. Is it worse that it's a man than it's a woman, or they're about the
No,
same?
it's the same. Why would it be worse? Why would it be
Same.
worse? It's the same. You're fucking a corpse, like
Yeah.
insane. There's no rationale in the world. Like, there's nothing that could rationalize that for me to want to fuck a corpse. I could imagine somebody's like, "Oh, I want to dress up as like a creepy thing, like a creepy monster or something," but that thing is alive and it's hot.
Dress up like a creepy monster.
Yeah, like, oh, I want to dress up as like let's say somebody wants to do like a zombie cosplay. It's different than pretending to be dead, right? That's like a whole different ball game.
I think that's pretty intense. Like,
I don't even know if this exists. I just made it up on my mind last
I don't
night.
know if I would like that at all.
No, but you have to just lay there prone and pretend to be dead, and they're just going to town. That seems like a person who would be seriously unstable. Something would be seriously wrong with them, right? Again, I don't know if this has ever even happened. I just was thinking about if that would ever happen.
I hate to say it, but I would pass judgment. I don't really pass
definitely.
judgment on a lot of things. Most
Definitely.
things. But this, I would be like,
What?
I have to judge you.
But
like,
I would do it one time to say that I've done it, because if I would like to just be like, you know what I did one time? Laid there with the perfume on, and this chick just pretended I was dead. Like, I would like to see...
with the dirt and, like, the plastic.
Insane, right?
Yeah. And, like, she's painted you like a corpse.
Yeah, like she does the makeup, how somebody would look.
Like a corpse makeup.
Put in corpse makeup, put in, like, I kind of, maybe I smell like formaldehyde or something like that. And she just, she just rides me. That's it. But you have to just not even react at all.
But, like, your limb.
Your
right?
limb,
I guess like
yeah.
you have to be.
You have to not react at all. The only thing is you're gonna come probably. So dead people don't come. So that's the only unrealistic thing about it.
I've heard that they do. I think I've read a few articles.
Dead people can't come?
I think so.
How does that even work? I thought your shit is all dried up.
Well, no, it's like how women would like go like, okay, so like a wife, she stole her husband's sperm after he was dead.
What? Okay. It's actually more possible that your penis will look like...
She impregnated herself and had like a baby. And it was...
How dead was this guy? 2 hours?
I'm not sure how dead he was. I mean, he was dead. There was no life inside of him. I guess except inside of his sperm count and his sperm cells. Because she was able to get pregnant. Which is like, he's dead. Like, it's the sperm is still living, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of freaked out by that kid.
It says that a man can die and within 24 hours has sperms. His sperm can be retrieved and stored so that he can father children after death. So you got 24 hours. Basically.
Okay.
You got 24 hours. How do we even get on this now? Oh, dead people can come, right?
That is the prime time that a necrophiliac would be after a corpse. Or maybe they want it 3 days old. But
you'll have to suspend your disbelief then. You'll have to suspend your disbelief and the dead guy comes in you or whatever. Point is, this would be absolutely disturbing, but I would try it one time and then I would never be around that person probably. I'd probably be around them, but I would never date them. You imagine? That'd be insane. Did you hear about the suicide pod in Switzerland that they're building? This is right up your alley.
I haven't.
So they're
but
building...
I feel like I'm going to be in support of it.
Yeah, they're building this pod. It's not approved by the Swiss government. Was it Swiss or was it Swedish? Swedish, sorry. It's in Sweden, and they're building this pod where they put nitrogen through the pod. It looks very sleek. It looks very nice. It looks like if Apple made a suicide pod. It's
okay, I have exactly the vision in my mind of what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I'll show you a picture. Looks very sleek. Looks very, very luxurious. So you just lay in there. It goes. The glass goes down, and then apparently they pump a bunch of nitrogen in there, and then they say you just fall asleep. They say it actually doesn't hurt you at all. That actually you have like a bit of euphoria before you die. So it's actually a good thing, like it would feel like, as opposed to many of the other ways you could go. What do you think about that?
I think it depends on the setting of what it is. I'm picturing it being very kind of like sterile. Just going in a pod. I don't really like that too much. Right. I am for definitely, totally assisted suicide. Right. But how I perceive it anyway is kind of more like human and
human interaction.
more of a human
like a nurse
connection
holding your hand and going,
before
okay,
departing off to the next plane.
you're dying,
But then I
you're dying.
suppose people who don't have family. So I guess it's just, you know what?
You could just wave at them and kiss the glass in the pod.
Well, yeah, that too.
You could just go ding, ding,
But
ding.
I'm in support of it. I'm in support
You
of
could
it
like
because
breathe on the glass and then do like the
Yes.
little heart thing. You could go and while they're dying. You know what I mean?
that is so grim.
What? How is it great? You. This is right up your
That's
alley. You love
so
this.
grim.
That's beautiful. If I was dying of nitrous and I was
You're
feeling,
gonna blow on the like you're in a pod because you're about to just do assist like you're gonna just kill yourself with medicine through medicine.
Yeah.
And then you blow on the glass and you draw a heart.
not
and
you,
then
the person, like your family, like your friends or your family, like they're watching you. They're seeing the nitrous. They see you getting nice and relaxed because you feel
and
good.
then they draw the heart on it.
Yeah, they
Like
draw
while
the
the gas
family.
is being pumped in.
Yeah, they go like, bye, we love you, ding, 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 we love you, bye, bye. Isn't it way? It seems nicer than being in the hospital. You're in like a nice, comfortable pod. The chair probably feels awesome. The nitrogen's coming, and you're like, oh yeah, this is nice. And then that's it. You just go. You get a little euphoria, and bang, you're done.
I wish that it was more. I wish it was talked about more. This whole idea.
Where is
this-
assisted suicide legal? Sweden? Has to be, right?
It's Sweden, and I think Utah does it. There's a few states. I think maybe Portland. It could be just Oregon. I could be just throwing out all these states that are not grounded in
Not even
any
true.
truth. But there are states. I think Utah is one of them.
Well, that's what podcasting is about. You just throw out a bunch of stuff. You don't know if it's true or not.
You know,
what this is about.
Well, we just
I didn't even know it was legal in America. Is that why Dr. Kevorkian used to drive? He used to drive around. He used to go to state lines and stuff like that. Is that why he had the van, or he just would have the van to go visit them, to just go see them?
Kevorkian?
Yeah, he had the van, right? Remember Dr. Kevorkian? He had the van.
No,
You don't know who that is?
I don't remember him in the van.
His van is in Zach Baggins' museum. Dr.
I don't
Kevorkian.
think I know who Dr. Kevorkian is. Hold on.
Man. Yeah, he would drive around and help people commit suicide. You are way out of touch.
Well, you learn something new every day.
You learn something new every damn day. I can't believe you didn't know about him.
Wow.
He would just drive around and you just say, hey, pick me up. Yeah, rip, you're dead. You're done. I can't believe you didn't know about that. I think this is great. And
How
I think that this is one of the reasons that they wanted to make nitrogen. Why they did the first nitrogen execution the other day in Alabama, because it's supposed to be like basically pain free and you could just pass out and die. I mean, there was all kind of, we were talking about it yesterday. There was all kind of discrepancies about that the guy was writhing around and he wasn't, but. That he wasn't feeling well, and the nitrogen wasn't working fast enough. But I mean, it's death. There's gonna be a little. There's gonna be a little.
Gonna be messy.
It's gonna be a little mess involved. But that was the point: is that the nitrogen is a pretty clean way to do an execution. I was saying that I think you should bring back the guillotine. What did you think? What is your preferred execution method? Electric chair, lethal injection, nitrogen, guillotine. What do you think? Guillotine is quick, and the guillotine is fun for the people. Like if you murdered somebody's family, right? Wouldn't you want to see them in the guillotine? Like if somebody murdered my daughter, I'd be like, yeah, guillotine, yes, yeah. I have popcorn, and then the blood splashes on the window. Wow, it'd be awesome, right?
I
You see
guess
the head
there's
going-
just like too many mishaps that can happen with a guillotine. Like people get their hands chopped off. Like it's not cutting off the head. They try to. They put their head inside to see if something's wrong with it.
Why
and
would
then
you do
their
that?
head gets-
Why would you do
then-
that?
Then their head gets chopped off.
The
It's like-
executioner sticks his head in there, and he gets his head
yeah,
chopped off.
like you're like, oh, it looks stuck, and then they put their head in, and then
No,
they
no.
get decapitated.
That's not
It's
that's not an
it's
urge I would
not-
have.
It's not safe,
No.
Definitely not the electric chair. I would like.
No. Hold on. Let's get that right now. Let's address that. In
Are we
2024, it is totally safe to do a guillotine. This is not the Stone Age. Okay, this is not Game of Thrones era. You're telling me that we can build a pod that will release nitrogen in there and kill somebody nice and safely, but we can't build a safe guillotine that, if needed repair, will not chop up the executioner or the person repairing it, that will be a swift, easy, quick, nice, sharp blade to slice somebody's head off. We can have a driving car. We can have an efficient guillotine. Get out of here. Bullshit.
It's just like not efficient either, you know?
It's super efficient. The head comes right off. Blood goes
The
everywhere.
head
Everybody's
comes off
happy.
And then there's blood everywhere.
Everybody's
You have
happy
to
about
pick
that.
up- you have to clean the blood. It's
Somebody
like a
gets paid for that.
biohazard at that part. At that
It's not
point.
a biohazard.
And then it's like the body and the head are separated. It's just like then you have. It's just, you know, it's not efficient.
It's super efficient. It's super clean. It's super
I
quick.
think it's definitely a spectacle, though.
Spectacle.
And honestly, if I could go back in time, one of the places I would stop would be like to watch beheading.
Oh, just go on Twitter.
No, I want to see like in like England.
You want to see it in person?
Yeah.
Although, like at that time, anything could be for the guilty. Like, this person could have just stole milk or something, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
they could
like just
like infidelity.
chop. And I'm like standing on like a cobblestone street. That's how I picture it. And like the guillotine's like on this stage, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like raining.
Yeah, that would be awesome. The worst ones were hangings, because sometimes like the door would go down, but the person would be too tall, right? And then they would just be choking and they wouldn't really be dying.
Oh god, and they're
Hanging
just
is the
dying
worst.
slowly
There was
for
all-
hours.
Yeah, they were all now. Hanging had all kinds of mishaps that would happen with the rope, with the height. That one I can understand not wanting to do is hanging. What about firing squad though? Is that one that's inhumane? We can't do that here.
Well, it's like you are getting by firing squad. It's like you're being shot multiple times. So, which bullet was the one that killed you? Was
Does it
the
matter?
you know? So that's also kind of like pretty intense.
That's pretty sick though.
Yeah.
But you would die mad quick because you're getting shot 50 times. You just get lit. Like, you probably don't even know what happened to you. This is the thing. The guillotine and the firing squad seem inhumane, but you wouldn't even know what happened to you. With the lethal injection, there's always people talking about they can't find the vein, they're stabbing them up, oh, they accidentally mixed a cocktail, now they're paralyzed and they can actually feel everything. The guy that just got executed with nitrogen in Alabama, he did the lethal injection and it didn't work. So now that's why they had to hit him with the nitrogen, because they were like, oh, the lethal injection didn't work. We don't want to do that again. It's inhumane. It's wrong. So like the one you would imagine is more humane actually is not, in my opinion. I may be talking out of my ass, so I don't know. They sound more efficient to me. They just look more brutal. Am I wrong?
I mean, it's just the anticipation of it all, no matter what it is. If
That's
you're
what
going
life's
through
about.
lethal injection, is it nitrogen?
That's what
The
life's
guillotine is crazy.
about.
Like just waiting to put your head in there and then waiting for the blade to come down. Like,
Okay, but you're not
just
even
terrible.
looking at it though. You're looking
Yeah,
at
but
them
you're-
inject you.
yeah, but you know it's coming. There's nothing worse than when you know something bad is coming.
So have somebody there with like a teddy bear, like doing like a little puppet, like, hey, how are you?
Oh, me,
Yeah.
me.
Have somebody like entertain them. But okay, first of all, like the guillotine, you're not even looking at what's happening to you. So what's
But you know what's coming.
same thing with the nitrogen, same thing with
It's
everything.
the same thing. It's the anticipation. It's just that.
Okay, and
of
you know
what's
what?
to come.
Anticipation is the spice of life. You're going to go on a date, there's anticipation. You're going to go to a job interview, there's anticipation. You're going to get into any type of situation, there's anticipation. That's what comes with life, and it comes with death. Now, I cut you off many times. What method do you think is more appropriate?
I would like a cute little poison situation.
Yeah, that's because you're a woman. What is up with you women and poison? Is it because you guys are of
just
a
like
weaker
cute little-
species?
If I could carry around a cyanide capsule with me, I would.
I know that's
Just in
that's a
case.
fact. What is it? Is that why? Why are women so attracted to poison? Why they poison people? Is it because like
Because
they're
it's
more
very dainty,
they're more
I feel
fragile,
like.
right?
Yeah, it's just very dainty to just
Yeah.
poison someone.
Like with the woman. Did you see the woman in Australia last year? She killed like her whole in-laws because with a mushroom for dinner. She used a death cap mushroom, and she invited everybody to dinner: the husband's father, the husband's mother, and the brother or the sister. And then everybody died because she fed them a deadly mushroom. And then she was like, "Oh, I didn't know what was in there." And everybody's like, "Bro, you can't You can't even
Oh.
find that mushroom in the store. Like, how are you gonna say you didn't know it was in there?
Freaking family annihilator.
Isn't that crazy? But the sister's brother survived, and the husband didn't show up though because he already knew what the drill was, and she's getting charged with attempted murder 3 times before that. Because I guess he came up, he was like, oh, she tried to kill me 3 times before that. That's why I didn't go to dinner. So like, okay, we'll add that on. So now she's up for murder, 3 counts of murder.
Oh, yes. And she took out a life insurance policy?
I don't know about that. She might have.
I think so.
She might have. So yeah, you would rather do poison because that is your womanly instinct. I could see
It's
that.
just, you know,
But isn't that
I think it's sodium chloride that
can
they
that
drink.
be painful? That's probably painful though.
I don't think it's painful because
Aren't you like foaming?
The Swiss Institute, I think it's the Swiss Institute.
Yeah.
It's like I can't remember it, but it's like a euthanasia facility in Switzerland, and they use it. And I've seen like some videos of people like in their last 5 minutes of life.
Yeah.
And they drink it and they talk about how they feel so comfortable and they're just like happy, and then they die.
So you'd rather have the poison. I could see that. That'll be nice. And if you were going to go out, you'd go out by poison, right? I'd probably go out by poison
sure.
too. I'd go out with a little poison capsule.
There could be any kind of situation where it's like just murky, and like but it has to be like a kind of specific, like I'm kidnapped, or like
Kidnapped, you can make your way out of kidnapped.
Most of them deal with me being abducted, or like if it was like a home invasion. If I'm ever faced with death, or like being tortured for a prolonged period of time, like it would just be cute to have like
Home
a
invasion,
cyanide
you're definitely
capsule.
done. You can't, because they're going to tie you up and all that stuff. So by the time you're not going to be able to do it.
Well,
That
I would
one
like
you're
have
done.
it like stored somewhere.
Oh, so instead of running for a gun to kill them, you're going to kill yourself? That
No,
seems,
this is like after I've exhausted everything.
What do you?
like-
This is not a movie. They're gonna get you. What do you?
I mean, I'm not just gonna
what-
say,
you're-
like,
you're in a,
oh my
like-
god,
You're in a
oh my
one-bedroom
god, someone's
apartment.
broken into my home. I'm gonna take the cyanide capsule.
Yeah, that seems like because you're in a one-bedroom apartment. Like, you. What do you? What is Home Alone? You have traps. Like, you have marbles on the floor. Like, what are you? Exhausted what? Exhausted what?
I mean,
Exactly.
hello, making a weapon out of anything. Like that's
I feel like the timeline is a little too long for you. You think this is not gonna go that long? They're gonna just grab you up and tie you up. Like, it's not.
well, that's why I'm gonna stay strapped with my cyanide pill. You know, when things are looking grim.
You just.
But it's like you should always keep hope alive.
But you never
sometimes,
know. Yeah,
the
you
fact
never
of the
know.
matter is sometimes there is no hope, which is so sad. But sometimes I've read stories and I'm like, damn, there was just no hope for this person, which is also a terrible feeling. So that's why kick it off with the cyanide capsule. And that's it. Go out.
But then there's always those stories where you think there's no hope. Like, I remember there was one where a woman was in the back of a laundromat. They kidnapped her, and I guess they made her use free labor or something. They made her live in the back of the laundromat, and she was eating plastic bags for 3 years.
I think I remember that.
That was insane. But then she made it out somehow. She got out. So it can happen.
That's
but
that
then what are you
freaking
gonna-
woman spirit persevering?
But then what are you gonna live? Like, how do you live after that with that trauma?
You definitely
What
are
kind of life?
traumatized. You definitely medicated. You definitely have to go to therapy. But it's like you can't. I would like to believe you become stronger.
You got to go the Gypsy Rose route. Write a bunch of books, Lifetime original. You got to sell it to Lifetime, and marry somebody who looks like your mother. That's what you got to do, right or wrong?
Yeah, I guess in that
Exactly.
order.
Exactly. Let me ask you this though: what is the creepiest thing to ever happen to you in your life?
Well, going to a park and watching and seeing a man come out of the woods, totally nude, jerking off with a towel wrapped around his head. Pretty creepy. And then finding out about the cult in that park.
There was a
Where they
cult in
just
Pelham Bay Park.
Yeah, there's like a group of naked men that would just get together and do circle jerks and just like walk through the woods naked, spying on other people.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did they have a name? The jerk offs? Is that their name?
So obvious, the jerk offs.
Is it like a cool symbol? How do you know they were a cult?
We used to even more obvious. We used to call them the Nay Kids. Okay.
Oh
'Cause they would
god,
just
that's like such a dad joke. Who named that? Like one of your
no,
dads?
but honestly, like it's been 20 years. I bet you that if I was to go to Pelham Bay Park and sit in that same field in the woods that they like to hide in, I would see them. Because for years I will go there, years and years and years, and I always would see this same little old man walking around in the woods because he was like
He's like the leader.
the leader. Yeah.
Wow. Well, if anybody's close to Pelham Bay Park in the Bronx, go check it out and see. That's insane. I didn't know about that. You didn't. You never
Oh,
told me
yeah.
about that.
I feel like I had to have.
That's freaking creepy. What scared you most as a child growing up? Like I would say before the age of like 11, like when you're a real like young kid, what scared you the most growing up?
Spiders.
And they still scare you. Oh, you just got over your fear of spiders like 2 years ago, right?
I've overcome my fear of spiders, yes, and now I
Wow.
don't kill them.
Now you're like the
I
spider
co-
whisperer.
I cohabitate with them, and I'm grateful for them because
But
they
it-
eat all kinds of insects that you don't want. So
It was like
I'm
on the
rocking
point
with
of
the spiders. But
arachnophobia.
my
Though?
fear used to be debilitating. I even have a memory of I had to have been maybe 3 because I was looking underneath my crib, and there was like a piece of fabric hanging down from like whatever kind of material that is that lines like the underside of like beds and like cribs. And I remember thinking at that young age, oh my god, that's a spider, and I was scared. I never wanted to go under my crib because I thought there was a spider there. So, and like my mom used to tell me that spiders ate toenails, so that like creeped me out even more. I
I've never
I
heard
was
that.
afraid of spiders for at least more than half of my life. Yeah.
And now you overcome.
And now I'm overcoming.
How did
I
you do that?
overcame. I persevered. That's it.
You just
I,
did it on your own. You didn't go to like a therapy.
No, I was just like so immersed in them, living in a basement apartment. Like I would see, like I'd be laying in bed and then watch one come down from the ceiling. Like I was just so in it that I couldn't fight it, and I had to learn to live with them. So
You
now
faced it
I'm not
head
I'm
on.
not afraid of them. But I'm not. I still get the heebie-jeebies. I watch them. I don't know. I'm not. They don't sit completely right with me, but I'm not gonna squish them.
Beautiful.
And plus, they're lucky. For the superstitious, they're lucky.
I thought it was ladybugs. I thought ladybugs were lucky, not
it's-
supposed to kill them.
The ladybugs are little bitches. Like
Whoa! I didn't know you had such heat with the ladybugs.
ladybugs bite you. They're total pests. Yeah, they destroy the plants.
I had no
They
clue.
eat them. But I mean, I'm not gonna give like total ladybug hate because like it's always nice when like a ladybug lands on you and you're like, wow, I'm so lucky right now. Like, look at this little ladybug, and maybe you cop a free wish. Like you just tell a wish
Right.
or make a wish, I should say. And then the ladybug flies away.
They don't fly.
Yes, I do.
Ladybugs fly?
Yeah,
Since when?
always.
Ladybugs don't have. They have wings?
Of course.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Every day you learn something new.
We learned so many new things today.
Mm-hmm.
Holy-
Dr. Kevorkian? Who knew?
Everybody?
Oh, ouch.
Like literally everybody? So that was your only fear as a child is spiders. You didn't have like a crazy.
Yeah, and then I developed a fear of, actually demons. Okay?
Oh. Why, your family was Catholic?
So I was maybe in 2nd grade, and I watched the Tales from the Crypt movie, Demon Night.
Hell yeah.
And that movie scared me. And then I was afraid of the demons, the little monsters or whatever that came from the slime or the man's blood
Yeah.
or however. So I was afraid of them.
But then you're a huge demon movie watcher, though. Like, you love possession movies. So that never deterred you from watching those?
Not so much anymore. I think I'm kind of over
I mean,
that.
let's say leading up to now, you've been. So that there was never a point where that demon where the demon fear deterred you from watching all the demon movies?
Nah, because it was just like it
Yeah.
wasn't something that haunted me or like
So it
it
wasn't
was just
like
something I was scared of.
okay, okay, yeah. I had the same thing with ghosts and stuff because I would always watch. I've been watching horror movies since I could even remember. So as a little child, I would watch a lot of paranormal movies, and then I would spend the whole day being terrified that there was ghosts in my house, like all day. If I had to run down to my grandma's house to like pass a message or do something, I'd be in total fear. I'd just be shitting myself at every little thing. But I would still watch. My favorite thing wasn't even the movies. I'd watch all the shows. I'd watch like haunted hotels. Oh my god, I used to love coming home in the summer or after school and watching all the haunted, like the ghost shows on the Travel Channel. It was I would watch them like covering my freaking eyes, you know. And they do the ones where they have the reenactments too. It's like, oh, we went to the graveyard and then we came home and I started oozing out black liquid out of my mouth, and they show the kid spitting all the stuff out. What is it called? Hauntings? What's that show called? Most Haunted or something like that? I used to freaking love that show. But that never deterred me from not watching it, but I was always I would just live 24/7 terrified that there was ghosts everywhere because I was constantly watching that stuff.
Have you ever seen Ghost Ship?
Wow. Like
Okay, well, it's basically like this ship where like a bunch of people die and then it becomes a ghost ship, and then like people are on it like exploring it, and then there's just ghosts.
Should I watch it?
I mean, there's a pretty cool scene. Like one of the beginning scenes is pretty cool, but then after that, I don't know if you you'll probably call it a snooze fest.
I probably would have liked it when I was like 6, probably. Maybe not now. Speaking of me being 6, though, the one thing that absolutely petrified me as a child was mascots. Like any type of character, I would love them on TV. Like Barney, I was watching Barney over and over. Had the T-shirts, everything. My parents go, we're gonna bring you to Universal Studios or wherever it was, and we're gonna take you to see Barney live. So we go see Barney live. The lights turn out. Barney comes on stage, and I freak out. I could not handle it. I start crying. I start like just, you know, I just basically run out of the theater. My mom has to run out with me, and they were shocked because they were like, you know, you love Barney, but something about it being in person, I guess it's just like how big they are. Just because on TV you don't really see that. You don't really see how huge they are. Anytime I would go to Disney, I would be afraid of the characters. I wouldn't want to meet them. I wouldn't want to see them. I remember we went to Sesame Street one time. We avoided the characters at all costs. And then since I was with my friends, we had to go to the parade at the end, and my mom put a towel over my stroller so I didn't see the characters. I was petrified of characters and mascots like that for some reason.
It must have been like the eyes, how big they were, like you said.
I think it was the proportion.
Just like this giant blob.
It's like such a shock because like on TV I love them, but just think seeing how huge they are, seeing the stature, it just took me off guard, and it took me forever to get over that. I don't remember when I mean, by the time I was obviously like 10 or something, I was fine with it, but there was a little time there where I was absolutely petrified of those big characters. That's probably, but then that was the other thing is that I've always loved movies or any type of horror thing that involves those characters. That's why I love Five Nights at Freddy's now. When creepypastas were a big thing, I would love the Chuck E. Cheese creepypastas. Anything that has to do with mascots or creepy animatronics, I still love it to this day. So it's kind of weird that your fear can also be something like that you love to watch in a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a weird dynamic. So those two are the only two that and fireworks. I was deathly afraid of fireworks. I didn't like it at all.
Was it the noise?
It was the noise, yeah. 4th of July, I used to when we went to Disney too, I used to cry at the fireworks. My mom used to have to bring me to like the store and like buy me like a goofy lollipop or something like that. Hated it. It was crazy. I have a picture of me with my mom, and you could see her smiling, and I was just screaming and crying because the fireworks were going off. Yep. So those were the big three. And thunder. Thunder got me too. Any thunderstorm. I was such a scaredy cat as a kid. Any thunderstorm, I'd have to go into the room with the air conditioner blasting and like a TV show on loud. I was scared of everything. If I can keep going, probably. If I, now, I'm just gonna keep going down the list now. I have to
Were
stop.
you scared of the dark?
I was not afraid of the dark though. Not. I didn't have like I was afraid to walk into a dark room, or I was afraid to really sleep in the dark. Not really. I can't remember being really afraid of the dark.
Oh, I'm afraid of the dark still. I'm
Still?
afraid of the dark. Yeah.
So what do you have a nightlight?
I'm not so afraid of the dark, but like I don't like I'll run if I need to if it's dark and I need to get to a room because I don't want to stay in the dark.
What do you think is lurking there?
I don't know. I just have a fear of it.
So there's no like thought that goes in your mind like, oh, something's gonna jump out at me, something's gonna grab me, blah blah blah.
No, I don't think like some kind of extraterrestrial thing is gonna happen.
I don't think those lurk in the dark. They lurk in space. I think you're good on that one. Is that why you bought that huge freaking globe for $600?
It was not $600.
It was literally $600.
Deal on it. I got a very good deal on it.
The $300.
I got that to like just have a nice ambient kind of light.
Yeah. You don't like it.
So I wouldn't have to be in complete darkness, and then I wouldn't have to be in like complete light. But it turns out that lamp is so bright, like it's a gigantic ball, and the light that it emits is so bright.
Yeah, like you.
So
like you.
It's just too bright.
Like your aura, you know?
Oh yeah, just shine bright. Oh, that's so sweet of you.
I'm surprised you're afraid of the dark since you shine. I'm surprised you don't illuminate. You illuminate everything around you. How could you be afraid of the freaking dark?